Prescott for the day. I'm going to say our next people to introduce are John Moir, who is my teammate here at Beyond Benign and is the Senior Program Manager for the GCTLC that is live and launched, and woohoo, we're celebrating. And also Dr. Sarah Prescott, who is the Chief Editor and Chief Moderator for the GCTLC currently. So I will turn it over to you all to share with us all the exciting news of where we're at.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Natalie and team, for the intro, and we're very excited to be here. As Natalie mentioned, my name is Dr. Jonathon Moir. I'm the Senior Program Manager for the GCTLC at Beyond Benign. It's great to see everybody. I know it's been a while since our last connections in the spring, so we're very excited to see all of you here again, and we can't wait to share some of the updates and all the work that we've been doing over the summer, over the last year, and actually a couple of years, to get to where we are with our new online community space. I'm joined by Sarah Prescott. Again, as Natalie mentioned, Sarah's our new Chief Editor and Chief Moderator for the GCTLC. And so Sarah's going to take over the second half of the presentation and give you a little bit more information about the resources in the library in the GCTLC in particular. But for the time being, I wanted to give a quick intro to the platform, what it's all about, and let you guys know some recent updates. So with that, I do want to say a huge thanks to our founding sponsors first. So we couldn't have done this without all of these amazing, wonderful people and sponsorship and all the help that they provided over the last 2.5 years. So huge thanks for that. Before we get into anything, it's very important to recognize their help and support. Okay, so what is the GCTLC? I know a lot of you have probably been hearing about it, and many of you are probably already aware of it, but just so for those who don't know yet, the GCTLC is the Green Chemistry Teaching and Learning Community. This was an initiative that started just over 2.5 years ago, and has blossomed from an idea, sort of a general sort of vision, dream of what this could be, to now being a reality where we launched it last week. So we're very, very excited about this new space, and we'll show you guys a little bit more about it in a couple of minutes. But for the time being, just so you know, the GCTLC is a joint initiative between Beyond Benign and the ACS Green Chemistry Institute. What it is an online community platform by the community for the community, and it features open access resources, forum and discussion tools, a place to connect with other members of the community, a place to find opportunities to collaborate, to ask questions, to find answers, to look up jobs in our job board, to look up upcoming events on our events calendar. So a one-stop shop for all things green chemistry education, all online and available anywhere in the world. Now, the goal of the GCTLC is really to host that searchable library of green chemistry education resources. So you'll see shortly, we have lab experiments, we have lecture slides, we have exams and questions in there already. The library is growing each and every day. We're very excited about that. We also want to make sure the GCTLC has the ability to support educators to teach sustainable STEM and green chemistry by accessing things like professional development, peer-to-peer learning, networking, and mentoring opportunities through connections with other community members worldwide. We want to also make sure we're empowering thousands of community members to advance green chemistry education and practice. And this can be done through a variety of ways, not only through networking, collaboration, participating in groups, participating in webinars, but also through collective advocacy and things like that. Ultimately, this will lead to the preparation of students with the knowledge and skills to be able to design more sustainably through chemistry. So this could be as they take these skills on with them into the workforce, they are better prepared to address sustainability challenges and issues they may face along the way. And ultimately, this helps to build a more diverse future workforce and leaders who can go into not just research, but also policy, academia, education, economics, law, medicine. So all of the students that benefit from green chemistry knowledge and values and skills can really bring that on into the workforce in many different ways. So when we started this project, we would never have gotten to where we are without our wonderful leadership committee. This is a group of 19 individuals that really helped to shape what the platform was going to be, gave us ideas for what should go in it, what should not. The committee comprises educators from K-12 and from post-secondary level, as well as industry professionals, information specialists and librarians, and professional learning community leaders. So we could not have done this project without their help, and I always have to point to them and say a huge thank you for everything that they did for us in getting us to where we are today. Now, really, the mission and vision for the platform is to create that community space that helps empower global citizens with green chemistry knowledge and skills. And we do that by trying to foster a diverse and inclusive and accessible online community of practice. So the GCTLC is really a community of practice. It's a place where people can ask questions, they can feel a sense of belonging, and they can really feel that they are included. And we feel that this is one of the most important core values of what we do. And we did, with every intention, try to include that across all aspects of development of the platform, all of the content that goes in. We really try to embody that in everything that we do. Part of that included creating a philosophy statement. So this is one of the sort of core things that our leadership committee helped to develop. And this was really an understanding of why we do what we do. So what is the purpose of green chemistry in education? Why do we want to bring it in? And we highlighted a lot of the important points in here, and I won't read through all of them in great detail, but we do understand that green chemistry is central to solving global sustainability challenges. We understand collectively that it's a morally and ethically responsible approach to science and chemistry. It's proactive, innovative, and cost-effective, and it should be integrated across all of chemistry. And so with that, why is it important to include in education? Because of the power of education in making change. So it's key for creating positive change in society. It can equip current and future workforce with the knowledge and skills to make a difference. It allows for safer approaches to chemistry research and education. So all of the points listed there, our committee collectively came together and came up with this succinct list to help sort of really focus in on why do we do what we do? Why is this important? And I think this is a really critical part of the platform. It's available on the GCTLC. You can download it as a PDF, but really it's meant to be a sort of a rallying point for the community to help build us up together. So we've now officially launched the GCTLC. Our announcements went out last Tuesday. And since then, we've had a huge influx of new users, which is really exciting. So as of this morning, we had 386 users from across 6 continents and 40 different countries worldwide. So we're really seeing a huge number of people coming in, a lot of interest in green chemistry globally, and we're very excited about this. We know it's something that a lot of people are interested in. They really want to know, how can I bring more green chemistry into the curriculum? And we really want the GCTLC to be the place where they can find the information that they need to make their courses better, to make their educational systems or activities or lectures or labs or anything better, with more green chemistry incorporated, with more sustainability minded. So with that, we now have over 130 curriculum resources in draft, under review, or published in the GCTLC. I think just over 100 of them are now published, so you can find them in the searchable library. We'll show you that in a second. And with that, I actually did want to do a very quick walkthrough to show you exactly what that looks like. So with that, if you are interested in going to the GCTLC and you haven't had a chance yet, this is your chance to have a quick peek and explore what the platform has to offer. So if you are interested, you can go to gctlc.org. You can see the platform. This is the homepage that you'll land on. As you go down, you'll see a lot of different things within the platform. So for example, you'll see the community of users. You can connect with more of them there, and I'll show you that more in a second. We will have groups functionality coming online very soon, but for the time being, we're still developing some aspects of it. We have our events calendar, so you can see any upcoming events here, and you can go to the main menu to find more events. We also have some job postings, and we're always looking for more. So if you're interested in submitting job postings to the community that are green chemistry oriented, we'd love to see them. Now, through the main menu, You can access more information about the GCTLC, the mission, vision, core values I mentioned. The philosophy statement is there. You can download. Our leadership committee is also available, as well as our subcommittee on diversity, equity, belonging, and respect. If you'd like to see the code of conduct for the GCTLC, that's also available and linked through the main menu, our founding sponsors, and more information about Beyond Benign and the ACS GCI. In our community page, you can find any number of users in the system. So note that this does take a little bit to load because there are a lot of users, but with that, you can search for users based on their location, based on name, and you can connect with them through email if they've made their email available through their user profile. Now, within the user profile, you'll be able to add in additional information, and I'll show you that momentarily. But there are a lot of opportunities to share more information with other members of the GCTLC. So through the community members page, you can search by name, you can search by institution, you can see if their institution is a GCC signer as well, and then you'll see the list of users that come up below. Now, if you are logged in to the GCTLC and you have an account with us already, go with a non-administrative account so that it's a little easier to see. Within that, you'll see that on your user dashboard, you can add in information about social media. You can add in your contact information if you'd like. You can add a biography, keywords, tags, and expertise, any languages that you speak. You will also be able to track through your user dashboard any learning objects that you've submitted to the system that are available already, and then any events or job postings that you've also put up. Eventually, you will also be able to track your groups through the user profile as well. So all of that will live in your dashboard where you can easily access it. Through our resources, you can also search the library, and we will look at this in a little more detail with Sarah in a minute. But just so that you know, this is the GCTLC library. You can access a lot of the content there. You'll see that it's searchable based on cert title, summary abstract, contributors, the audience level, the object type, if it's a lab experiment, etc. You can find all of that information and you can filter by it and look for those specifically. So all of that content is available. Again, we have just over 100 resources already published in the system. So you can find anything you need just at your fingertips. And Sarah will talk a little bit more about the details of how this works in a minute. Finally, through the community page, you can also search for events and job postings. In our events page, you can find any upcoming calendar events. So that includes webinars, conferences, networking events, professional development, symposia, workshops, etc. If you do want to filter by any of these, you can do it through the search filters at the top, and you'll see any of the upcoming conferences, for example, that are coming up in the next couple of months. So that's just a real quick overview. If you have an account already, great. Please feel free to log in and keep exploring. We'd love for you to continue help building up the site. That includes adding in new events. If you'd like to submit one, you can do it through the main menu here by creating an event. If you'd like to submit a learning object to the library, you can also do that through the resources page by submitting a resource. If you're not yet a user, no problem. It's a very simple, straightforward process. Simply go to the login sign up, click create a new account, and just fill in the information here. Most of the fields are optional. You just need a couple of the mandatory ones at the beginning, and you can get started pretty quickly. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Sarah, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the resources and the library component of the GCTLC. One quick reminder before I do that, sorry, Sarah, I do want to mention very importantly the forums part of the page and a way to connect with GCTLC users and other GCC signers. So within the GCTLC, under the forums part, we do have a number of different forums available, and you can have discussions in any of these forums. In the higher education one in particular, there's the Green Chemistry Commitment Signers, and we invite all of you to participate in this. You do have to be logged in to see it. You'll see that Natalie has already posted some important information here, and Nim has as well, but you can add in conversations here if you have questions for the team, if you want to ask other questions of members of the GCC signer community, it's all available there. So please do have a look at the forum section of the site. There's lots more information to be found there. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it over quickly to my colleague, Sarah, to talk a little bit more about the library components of the GCTLC.
Thanks, Jonathan, and hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Prescott. I'm the chief editor and moderator for the GCTLC, and I wanted to give you all a quick update of where we're at in the launch of the site and sort of how you can all contribute. As Jonathan mentioned, we want this to be a community for you and by you. So I just wanted to give a quick overview of how you can submit resources. So resources on our site are called learning objects, and anyone that is a user can submit those resources. So once you have a profile, like Jonathan mentioned just a moment ago, you will see that submit a resource link at the top that he showed you, and you'll see the screen that allows you to upload your resource. Examples are varied, so they can include any sort of lecture materials you have, assessments, activities, etc., and more. And the only things, sort of main things, is that all these learning objects need to align with green chemistry and or sustainability within chemistry and STEM. Those learning objects can be external resources, so you can link to existing resources that are available elsewhere, or you can submit your own original work. And in the case of original work, we can assign DOIs for those resources once they are submitted and go through the review process. So a very quick overview of the review process, and I am happy to address any questions. I do have another meeting to head to momentarily, but I just wanted to offer that I do have office hours every week, and I know that they'll be letting you know when those are, but they're Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if I don't get to your question because I have to dash, I'm more than happy to address questions of anyone. So the peer review process, these learning objects that come into the space are first looked at by the chief editor, me, and look to see sort of a next step. So if they are external resources that have already been peer reviewed, for example, I can push those right through so they become available resources for the community. For original work, so if you are uploading work that is your own original work, there's a peer review process for that. And one peer reviewer will be assigned for that learning object to address a couple of the things in the review process, but it's meant to be a low barrier system so that we can get lots of really great resources on the platform for you all to use. So there are lots of opportunities for you to be able to add in your resources and share with the community. Right now, and I think this is updated as of today, or maybe there's more than 100 now, but we do have lots of resources that are published on the site right now. This is an ongoing process, so just know that we are working frantically behind the scenes to get as many resources up there as quickly as possible. Right now, myself and my colleague are working on some of the GEMS database resources, so that's an ongoing project to import those and get those ready, as well as reviewing all the new things that folks are submitting for us. So please do keep that going. And just to give sort of the next steps here, so we want to invite all of you to join us. We're going to have 2 hackathons on Monday, October 23rd. So next Monday, and then Monday, November 6th. Times there on the screen, but 4 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on the 23rd. And then on November 6th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern time then. We invite you to come join us. This will be an active session. So we'll do a quick overview at the beginning, make sure everyone has a profile because you will need that in order to upload resources, and then walk you through the steps of uploading and submitting a resource and supporting you in that process. So I will be there along with lots of other folks from the Beyond Benign team to help you in that process. And we're really hoping lots of you come and join us and help us really build this community and get lots and lots of resources loaded. Okay, I think that's the end. Let me know, Jonathan, what I missed, because I feel like I flew through that too quickly. But
no, that was it. So yeah, we're more than happy to answer questions. I know Sarah will have to dash, unfortunately, to make another meeting, but I'm happy to stick around and continue answering questions. I'll be in the breakouts, etc. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to take them. I can also redirect them to Sarah as needed, and we can address them by email too. But we're more than happy to help everyone in the process of getting to know the platform and making sure that it's of great benefit to everybody and they can use it to find the things that they need to really help them build out their classes and their curricula. And yeah, so we'll stop there and we'll turn it back over to the higher education team.